Hello, I'm Dr. Paul, and this is my beautiful wife, Lynn. Today we're going to address the topic of eczema, and Lynn will give us an introduction.
Okay, well, there are lots of causes of eczema, and just some information here. Eczema tends to run in families, which would suggest that maybe it has a genetic role as far as the development of the eczema. And a major risk factor in having relatives who have had eczema, asthma, or seasonal allergies. That seems to set up the same conditions where people are susceptible to the eczema. Doctors also know a large percentage of children with severe eczema will later develop asthma and allergies or allergies. Also, as it's not clear why, but children born to older women are more likely to develop eczema than children born to younger women. And children are more likely to develop eczema, this is interesting, if they're in higher social classes, if they live in urban areas with higher levels of pollution, or if they live in colder climates. Eczema is not an allergic reaction. Even so, a lot of children who have eczema also have food allergies. And there may be some that trigger, such as dairy, eggs, nuts, and other common food allergies. So in the eczema relief, you have several things that we've combined to put in the eczema relief formula.
It is a combination of different GANS waters, and because these lesions oftentimes get infected, there is some copper oxide in there. There is some CO2 in there, and there is some CH3 in there, which is acts as a booster, or gives a enzymatic synergistic effect. Also, we add a little bit of Korean B9 salt, which adds a lot of different elements that are necessary for enzymatic reactions. These combinations are in different proportions, in different preparations for different types of support mechanisms. So just because you see that two of our preparations have similar ingredients, it doesn't mean they're the same. It just means that the same things are in there, but they're in way different proportions, giving a totally different effect.
Okay, and another thing that's in the eczema relief would be the amino acids and hemoglobin and the zinc.
Right.
I didn't bring all the jars to the table here when we were doing this. And there are also other vitamins, minerals, herbs, and other energies that have been included in this. So when you get your eczema relief, you're going to take your vial, and as you can see, I've placed the vial directly inside of a jar of water. Now you can use clear glass or clear plastic jars, but please don't use opaque, crockery, or stainless steel. And for your water, you can use good well water, good spring water, distilled water, filtered water, but again, please don't use tap water. You've got a lot of things going on in it that will not enhance what you're trying to do. You're going to get you'll see the vial in the bottom here, but you can also take the vial you receive and tape it to the outside of the jar. If it's in a real busy area, you can even put a little bubble wrap over the jar just as a cushion. And if it's winter time, because our glass vials can freeze and break when it's 22 below Fahrenheit, we send it in BPA-free plastic vials. So regardless, oh, and then if you're outside of the country, we are going to soak pads, and we soak these and let them dry thoroughly. And the reason for that is we don't want there to be any mold buildup from anything that's damp. So these are sent to you in plastic baggies that have been completely taped shut with clear plastic packing tape. So they're pretty sturdy. Now, Paul, if I want to take some of my water and say fill some vials for some family members, and I do say a couple of vials and then they fill a couple vials for somebody they know, what's the strength on the plasma energy?
It's all going to be the same as long as you let your original vial sit in there overnight. All of the water will have the same plasmatic energy in it, and it's duplicatable. You can take that energy out, put it in another jar, and let it sit in water overnight. And then that is duplicatable also. So you can pass this on and on and on to friends and relatives, acquaintances, and it's there for everybody to use.
And is this going to wear out? Does it have an expiration date?
No expiration date. It'll last longer than we will.
Okay. So you can find this on our website, plasmaenergysolution.com. And I forgot to ask you, do animals have any issue with eczema?
Animals do have eczema issues, and this preparation works just as well with them. It's a great support mechanism for animals also.
And what you can do is you can also make a spray bottle, and you can see there's a vial in the bottom of this, and if you had an area that you want to just get some relief, you can spray it on that area. You can do the same thing on your dog. You could spray it on the dog on an area. The cats, at least the cats at my house, don't like to be sprayed. So what I do if I'm going to use any plasma water with them is I put it on my hands and then rub it on their fur. And they're fine with that. It's also our plasma energy station water is their drinking water.
Right, and you can drink this eczema water also, and it will have an effect from the inside out, as well as spraying it on the exterior lesions that you may have. And you can also spray your clothing with it and just wear it on your clothing. So there's a lot of different ways to use it. You're not going to overdo it. You can't overdo it. It brings balance. It will not overwhelm anything.
And you could also add some of this to a lotion or a liquid soap that you use. So just get creative with what you're doing with the water. And like Paul says, you're not going to overdo it. Your body's going to use what it needs and ignore the rest.
Right.
Okay, well, be sure to see us at plasmaenergysolution.com. When you go to the shop page or the shop feature on the home page and click on products, you'll see that we're putting up videos now on all the various products just to give a little more explanation. Is there anything else?
I think that's all on this topic. So if you feel you've gotten any value from this, please give us a big thumbs up and share this with your friends and relatives. And to get notification of upcoming videos, hit the subscribe button and the bell next to the button. Thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it.